Why am I wearing this?
Because it's St. Patrick's
No,
Day.
I don't want to wear it though. Does it even look right?
It doesn't matter what it looks like. You need to wear it.
No, I'm not wearing this.
You better leave it on. We already spent the money on it, okay?
No,
So leave
I'm
it
not
on.
wearing it. You can't make me! Ahoy, hoy, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the O Files. I'm O, and I'm here for your amusement. Okay, so today is St. Patrick's Day, so happy St. Patrick's Day, everyone! Yay! Woo! All right, you guys, so I was trying to think of a movie to do on St. Patrick's Day, and obviously, like something like Leprechaun kept coming up, but that's too easy. I don't want to talk crap about that movie. And I was like, you know what? I haven't done an O file in a very, very long time. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to do an O file. It's not green or St. Patrick's themed, but I thought it was a funny subject to bring up. So recently, I was playing on my McDonald's app, okay? And I had some points expiring, so I was like, ooh, let me use these points up before I lose them. So I just ordered a free sandwich, and I didn't want the delivery person to come just deliver me one sandwich. So I ordered like two more things. I ordered some fries, and I ordered like a McChicken, even though we used to get McChickens for like $1, but it was like a cheap thing. So I was like, let me just add this McChicken on here, right? So I had 3 items, okay? And I'm about to check out, but I noticed, I don't know, the math wasn't mathing to me. So I look, and I probably normally would not have noticed this, but this day I was like, let me just take a look to see what the hell's happening on this total. And I noticed they're charging me $3.50 for a small order fee. And I'm like, what the hell is a small order fee? So I look it up, and that's literally what it is. That's what it is. Like, my order is so small, they're going to charge me an extra $3.50. The hell? Where did this start? So I had to order like a fourth item, and once I did that, then it went away. Because it literally says, like, if you order more items, this fee will go away. Oh my God, McDonald's, you have the nerve. First of all, like, prices are not where they used to be like years ago. And you have the nerve to tell me how much I should order from you? Oh my God. Anyway, so that happened. So as I was fuming, eating my food out of spite, I don't know. The weirdest thing popped into my head. I was like, whatever happened to those McDonald's certificates? So I am pretty sure kids today are probably saying, hey mom, hey dad, let's go to McDonald's. And you're probably a child of the 80s and 90s who did the same thing to their parents, and their response was, what? No, I don't have no McDonald's money. So, do you remember back in the 80s and 90s when you were like, Mom, Dad, let's go to McDonald's? And they said, no, I don't have no McDonald's money. And then you were like, bam, but I do. Okay, you guys, like, they used to do these. It started off with 50-cent certificates. Then they moved to dollars. And then you were able to get books, like little booklets. And each, like, I think the normal booklet was like 5 $1 bills. Eventually, it used to be like the 50-cent ones. But when they moved to the dollar ones, there was always, I think, a pack of 5. I don't know if they ever came in a pack of 10 with the dollars. So we used to get prizes in school, prizes or like gifts from your family members, your aunts, your uncles. Like, I guess the cheapest thing to buy a kid was a booklet of $5 McDonald's certificates. But they acted like money. Like, you just go to the McDonald's and be like, hey, may I have a cheeseburger? May I have this? And then you just give you little certificates. They give you change back. So I was like, okay. So there was a point where I literally thought every time my mom said, like, I don't have McDonald's money, I didn't know she was paying regular real money. I thought she too was using certificates. I feel like this is before I was like 8. I must have been like 5, 6, 7. Like, I thought the currency that was used at all McDonald's were these certificates because they were everywhere. So, yeah. So, do you remember this one? I think this one was like the early version of them, and this is when they were 50 cents. And you would get multiples because, well, today, hell no. But back then, like, you were probably able to get something for 50 cents, like some cookies or something. And then when they got to the dollars, I remember this one a lot, right? I think they might have been in different colors too, but this one was usually the one I always received, like in my Christmas stocking, or like I said, like schools will usually do prizes for games and things like that, and then you were like, oh. I don't want that toy. Give me the McDonald's certificates. You guys, let me tell you something. When I was in the 5th grade, I used to hoard these McDonald's certificates, you guys. Okay, so I had this teacher, and she used to do this thing called bonus bucks. And what it was is every time you did something good or random or you got a good grade on certain things, you would get these points. And I want to say it was like every quarter, maybe, she would count your points and that would equal dollars, like these bonus bucks. And she would give you this like fake money. And then she would have these prizes all over the place. And I never took the pens and the books and the markers. She used to have McDonald's certificates. And that would be the first thing I'm going to go for, right? So I used to have like books upon books upon books. And I used to be buying myself meals. And so I used to have so many of these certificates. And there was a McDonald's kind of across the street in the opposite direction of where I had to take the bus, right? So my parents put my butt on the bus on the 5th grade. I used to take a school bus, but I switched schools. And then my mom was like, you're going to take the CTA bus. I was like, what? So, so I was like, I'll show you. So I used to get these certificates, you guys. I would go to the McDonald's and I would get myself like a whole meal. I had the number 2. Oh, and supersize. Remember when supersize was around? And then I would go home and I would eat that meal. And then my mom would come home and make dinner. And I would act like I had no idea what happened. Like I used to pretend that what McDonald's? Like no one ever knew. You just, you put that shit in the trash. You bury it so no one sees it. And I would still have like $25 of those certificates left over for another day. I do remember this one in the 90s. This was like when they started getting colorful and they started changing their slogan and things like that. But I'm trying to think, like, when did they disappear? Because obviously everything has been replaced with the plastic gift card, right? And now in the 2020s, we have the McDonald's app. So you literally just go and you can pay that way with your card and just craziness, right? But yeah, the good old days with the McDonald's gift certificate. And no one else was really doing it, I don't think. I feel like that was one of the things that kept kids coming back to McDonald's. Like my mom always tells people like, ooh, Orpheus used to love McDonald's when he was a kid. He used to love McDonald's. He used to love McDonald's. It's not that I just love McDonald's like a little fat boy. I mean, I did want some delicious burgers. But, you had the Happy Meal. And you had the playpen. And you had actual Ronald McDonald there. Like, I think they banned him from stores now. But the actual characters would get dressed up and actually be randomly at some McDonald's without you even knowing. You had those commercials that just showed you like Playland and McDonald Land and the characters, the mascots. And then on top of that, like, what was the toy this week? Like, it was just, they just threw that shit at you and you just had no other choice but to be like, let's go to McDonald's. Like, that commercial was so effective. Let's go. But yeah, McDonald's is just like... Especially when you look at old pictures of what the stores used to look like versus today. Like, I always like that one meme you see where they're like, remember childhood when it was fun and now it just looks like a gray old, like, prison you just walking into. It's so boring looking. So yeah, let me know in the comments below. Do you remember the McDonald's gift cards? Do you know when they went away? I feel like early 2000s, there may have still been a couple around. And then maybe that's when they like went away. But I think the last time I actually seen one was, oh man, I must have been like in the 8th grade in 1995. I don't think I ever seen one when I went to high school. Something like that. All right, let me know. In the meantime, please like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I will see you all in the next episode. So, again, happy St. Patty's Day. Don't get too crazy out there, y'all. I will see y'all later. TTFN.